just start off pretty huge? How about we do your name and the character that you play?
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, my name's Briana White, and I voice Aerith Gainsborough.
Hey, I'm Britt Baron, and I voice Tifa. Oh, my bad, it's something to win the water. I'm John Bentley, and I voice Barret.
And I am also Britt Baron, the voice of Tifa. I'm John Eric Bentley, and I voice Barret.
I am Suzie Yeung, and I voice Yuffie Kisaragi.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for having us. You want to know a fun stage about this a fun fact about this stage, that's what I meant to say. The moonwalk was debuted where you all are sitting.
Wait a minute, this was Motown 25?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, this is wild.
Yeah, this is a very historic theater.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I feel the vibe, the energy here.
I can feel the moon.
I'm sorry, that has nothing to do with the moon, right?
We just break out and dance.
That's not a space fact, is it?
No, that
I
is
thought
not
it
a
was
space fact.
Sorry,
No.
it has nothing to do with space, y'all.
Well, we know, as you know, the fan base for this franchise is incredibly passionate, right? Would you say so, guys? Yeah. And deeply invested. Once the game is out, do you tune in to fan reactions or playthroughs, or do you prefer to keep a bit of distance?
You're the closest. You gotta go first now. They always make me go first.
Not every time, but okay, this time I will. So, a couple things. Yes, I absolutely watch fan reactions and playthroughs. Mostly also because I'm a Twitch streamer too, and so I play games on Twitch and YouTube. And thanks for a couple woos. Appreciate that. Strange Rebel Gaming is my channel, and so I'll play the game and stream the game, and then I'll usually rate another community member and see them play the game and see their reactions. And I always try to pop into other people's streams as they're streaming the game, and I want to experience that joy with them. So it's always a really fun time, and it's one of the more special things about what I get to do.
I always do. And I do because I want to make sure we do it right. You know what I mean? It's I think everyone on this panel can attest to the fact that we wanted to get it right when we got asked to do the remake, and we wanted to get it even better when we did Rebirth, and we wanted to even do a bigger job when we do the third installment. So I just want to make sure that, the fans get what they deserve, because we all are fans of the game as well. And we just want to get it right. So, yeah, I do pay attention, even the haters. And I love the haters, too, because, if you didn't have haters, you ain't doing something right? So, it's all good. It's all good.
What about the theory crafters?
The theory crafters are funny to me.
They
I'm
are.
not even going to get into the ships thing, 'cause that's the weirdest thing. I'm our country is in the craziest time in a lot of people arguing over ships. It's man, we got folks need to eat. So yeah, I pay attention to it because, as you know, when we come to these conventions, I care about people, we care about y'all, and we want to make sure that we give you guys the best experience that we possibly can.
I poke around the internet, but I'm not as finger on the pulse, I would say, just for my own mental health sake. But I definitely poke around, especially because we don't know, I don't know what's going on in the game outside of what I've recorded. So something like Rebirth, a date will pop up all over my Twitter, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that happened because I didn't record vocals for something, no spoilers, but you're I find out things when the game comes out with everyone else. So thanks to the internet and thanks to people streaming or reactions, that's how oftentimes I'll find out stuff too, because I'm terrible at this game. So thank God some of you guys post, because otherwise I wouldn't know what's going on. I mean, I didn't even know with Remake what shipping meant until I was why am I getting all these mentions about Clotey, Clarith, ship? I'm what does that mean? So I've learned a lot over these past few years. I'm still learning, but I jump in and then I have to turn it off. Just gotta touch grass.
I get that.
Yeah, y'all clap, give it up.
We don't need to clap for that.
We're touching grass.
That's being real, man. We gotta touch grass. They should put that in the movie, in the game. Touch grass sometimes.
Touch grass. I'm a huge nerd for Final Fantasy. So yes, I do watch the reactions. In fact, when the trailer for Yuffie came out, I was watching YouTube reactions to people reacting to intermission coming out. So I was fangirling and geeking out along with them, and it just made me so happy to see everyone's reaction kind of like brain syncing with mine, and I'd be like screaming at the screen at the same time. So yeah, it's just so exciting to share the excitement and love for this franchise with everybody else.
Incredible, incredible. Final Fantasy has always pushed the bounds when it comes to cinematic storytelling in games. They don't just look lifelike, they feel that way too from your all's performances. Is there anything that you all do to adapt your performance to match that growing realism?
That's a good question.
Yeah, and I kind of have it's hard because especially for a character like Yuffie or a character that's more kind of larger than life, right? It's hard to strike that balance with realism but also honoring the exuberance of the character. So me and our director, Kirk, we really try hard to make it as grounded as possible, while also not sacrificing her personality, which, in real life, we'd be like, whoa, what's up with this person, But at the same time, we can't go too far with that, because then it's sort of it doesn't mesh well with the rest of what the other characters are doing. Tifa is very grounded. Cloud is very, nuanced and, it's all very cinematic. So it's sort of like that struggle of towing that line, But I think it's maybe working.
It's working. Want me to go?
Oh, yeah.
Suzie lying. Suzie is Yuffie. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I got to spend time with Suzie, and Suzie's talking about, it's not real. Yeah, Suzie is Yuffie, y'all. She just don't steal. She's not a thief. That's I don't want to get it wrong.
Well, you should check your pockets right now.
Don't let that little petite thing fool you. That girl is for real that. She's a ball of joy to be around, and I think that like Suzie, Barret's hard to ground, but we try to ground him the best we can. Because he's just loud, everything he does, which is, I guess, kind of me. But
At least
on the
you
real
said
tip, right? On the real tip, though, I think we all have to put a little bit of us in the characters to make them grounded. As big as they are, and as big as the world of Midgar and the world of Final Fantasy VII is, we have to remember that the title is Final Fantasy, and it's Final Fantasy. So you have to make sure that is a journey that we take you on, but in order to take you on that journey, we got to put a little bit of us in there, right, to make it grounded. So, like you said, Kirk, our director, and then Justin, who's running the wheels of steel for us there, they make us stay in the right pocket, and then we get to play even more because we understand and respect the boundaries of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. That kind of goes and leads into my next question. As fans, we see the final and finished performance, but there's so much that goes behind the mic. Can you share a piece of direction that's really stuck with you, that's kind of shaped your process as actors?
Ooh, that's hard. One piece of direction?
Yeah, a piece of direction or a note that you take that's something that you take with you into the booth.
From acting background in general?
Yeah, that could work.
Okay.
We met in Vegas, and these questions are tough. Ooh, you brought it. You straight up brought it. Okay.
Thank you.
Normally we don't need to screen questions ahead of time, but maybe it would have been nice to see these ones and think about these things. I went to acting school And one of the primary takeaways that I still use all the time is everything I learned in like my breathing class, which it sounds so silly to say, like, haven't you been breathing your whole life? Yes, but learning how to use the breath as a mechanism to access emotion is something that I use all the time in the booth. Oftentimes, we don't get to see our script ahead of time. We don't get to see whatever scene we're performing that day. The director will scroll up on the screen, we see the line, and we gotta be ready to go. And so oftentimes, the entire acting moment for that line comes in literally the breath before, and being able to access exactly the right emotion for this context in that single. So that's something that I take with me every time I act.
I love that. I love that.
What is that?
Is that
Did you
meta?
see the picture of me?
Pictures, man.
Oh my
I'm telling
gosh,
the
I didn't know.
Are you for real right
Taking
now?
pictures.
He's
These
just
are
over here
beautiful.
taking
Chadley?
pictures.
Like, what's going on? Whoa!
Hold on for a minute. Now, on the count of three, y'all say Final Fantasy VII.
Oh my
One,
gosh.
2, 3. There we go.
Yeah. And that's an ad.
My son bought me these glasses. I gotta use them for something. I'm a fanboy. I told you I was a fanboy.
Gosh.
On the real tip,
I'm ready for that.
back to the question. You look great.
Thank you.
I got you. You look great. For me, because I'm like Breezy, we've trained, quite a bit, and even through grad school. But then when I got to Hollywood, they're like, all right, we got to beat all the training out of you, is what they told me, which is very true, to make it grounded and real. But I took a class with a beautiful woman named Leslie Kahn, and I would suggest that anybody that wants to do film, television, anything, would look her up, because the one thing that stuck with me is she says, "Dare to suck." And that allowed me to be free and take risks. And I would rather be told by a director, pull it back, than to not give them what they want, and then some. Because a lot of times, directors and producers sometimes, even writers, they don't know exactly what they want. But when you come in the room and you bring it, then they go, ooh, we didn't even know that was, our words did that. So you honor their words, and you make their words look beautiful, because that is your job as an actor or performer. And so dare to suck, I would say, which is the same thing I would say if anybody is trying to inspire to be in the business. Dare to not be afraid. It's, dare to suck. So that's what I would give the advice. Look like a nerd with I really look like a fan.
I feel like I just try to stay as open and as present as possible. I think especially with voiceover work, you don't get the script, especially for like a Final Fantasy at least. And we have to A, B, and C the lines. So each line we're doing 3 times in a row, 3 different ways on the spot. So for me, like again, I also, like I got a BFA, I did all this training, but I think more professionally what I've learned, I did some shows at Steppenwolf in Chicago right out of college, and I worked with like veterans of the theater. And they kind of were teasing me at the time because I would come like 2 hours before every show, and I was like so over-prepared. And now, 10 years into working as an actor, I've learned like what they were trying to teach me was like, you gotta let all that go. You gotta just like, you've done all the training, trust that the training and work you've done is already there, and now it's time to just like be present, because I think some of that stuff can lock you up. So I think for voiceovers in particular, it's a lot of like cold reading skills, really. So being able to make a choice on the spot. I mean, with Final Fantasy, I know what character I'm playing, but other games, you'll come in and they'll be like, hey, so you're also gonna be voicing 3 other characters, and you have to make 3 distinct voices in front of people on the spot. So just being like free, open, ready to play, doing the training, and then kind of letting that go, what you were saying too, like trusting that you've done the work.
Yes.
This is gold.
I mean, I especially agree with Britt is like being like super open and free, and especially because like you don't know what they're gonna throw at you, like she said, and like your vision of what the character is may not align with what the client wants or what the director wants, so you gotta make sure that you're loose enough to be able to pivot. But I know for me, when I go in for Yuffie specifically, I'm always in a good mood. I'm always like, I'm gonna have so much fun today. And that just gets me in the mindset of her positivity. And as long as I have that essence, if I go in the booth, it doesn't matter what they throw at me. It doesn't matter if she's doing a goofy scene or a sad scene, I still have that center of that character that I know that I'm going in for, even if I don't know what's gonna happen, so.
That's so good.
Incredible, yeah. All right, this is the time where I'm gonna open it up to the audience. So we have 2 mics on each side here, and we're gonna have you guys ask your questions when you're ready. And yeah, you guys can line up here and here, and we'll go back and forth, okay? Perfect. Well,
Kelly,
everyone
Omar, all y'all, I know y'all got questions. They're in the line asking me questions.
Absolutely.
Where's Jerry? He's cosplaying Barret. I know y'all got questions.
All righty. And I guess we'll start on our left here.
Tuss. Lizard. Okay.
Lizard.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So my question is, if you guys had a WWE or MMA walkout theme song, what would it be and why? And it cannot be your theme song from Final Fantasy.
Your WWE walkout song.
Mine would be Unstoppable by Sia. I can rock out to a lot of different Sia songs, but when Unstoppable comes on, I'm ready. Ready to party.
I got 2. What's the dude's name? I just listened to it on the way here. The guy who's the composer for Euphoria. What is his name? Logic. Oh, no. Is my son in here? Quincy, are you in here?
Hey!
What was the name of that song we just said? What was that song? What's the guy's name? Labyrinth. Yeah, that song. Angels. Angels Sing. That would be one for me. But I don't know if you guys know a guy named Megaran. Anybody here know Megaran? Megaran did a theme song for Barret. And it starts off with, I come with the gun armed, so I'm never unarmed. That's like the pump up song for me anytime I get ready to start. So yeah, that would be mine.
Oh God, I don't know what mine would be. Something from the 90s, like a good Spice Girl song. Or In Sync, something along those vibes.
Yeah.
Is it for you or for Tifa or your character?
Oh, for Tifa? Shoot, that I don't know, man. I was thinking me.
I thought it was me too.
But you know what? Also Tifa.
Yeah. You were on a wrestling show, so.
Yeah, so I know, in that case it has to be an 80s song. But
Shadow Glow.
I don't know. Come back to me.
I don't know. Golden? From KDA? We're going up. Anyways.
Some more singing, please.
No, for the next installment, maybe.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, on this side.
What's your favorite moment and why?
In the game?
Yeah, what's your favorite moment?
Oh, that's so hard. There's so many moments.
I love your little voice. I just felt it just made my heart happy. Anything with Marlene is my favorite moment. Is my favorite moment. And then anytime I get to joke with my fellow friends and my team and Cody when he plays Cloud and Red, we go back and forth. Those are fun times. Thank you. You hear that, son?
Thank you for your question. Over there on that side.
Hi, thank you for your great work in the game, and I'm asking for this little guy right here. What's your favorite Chocobo and why?
Favorite Chocobo?
Not Pico.
I like the fat Chocobo. Fun fact, when I was playing through Remake for the first time, the way I defeated Sephiroth was by summoning the fat Chocobo. And that was the landing blow. And I was like, thank you, fat Chocobo.
I really like the Chocobo. I don't know its name, but I think it's green in Gongaga and Rebirth.
Oh,
and it springs off
is
the
it
mushrooms.
The forest
I really
chocobo?
like. Yeah, the forest
forest
chocobo, maybe.
chocobo?
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
springing off the mushroom. I don't like the map because I get lost too much, but I like the springing action. Yeah.
I like the black one. The black one first came out. I'm not saying it because I'm black. I like the black one. The black one first came out because I had never seen a black chocobo. But on the real tip, I think is the blue one the one that climbs?
No, the blue one is the one with the water. It flies over the water.
Yeah, that's the one I like. I really like that one too because it's pretty to me.
Me too, I'm gonna say blue.
Yeah.
Blue one's smooth.
It's pretty.
Thank you for your answer.
Yeah.
Hi, over here.
All right, hello. Okay, so here's my question. In your Final Fantasy VII Rebirth character, which world in the Square Enix world would they like to explore?
Of
All those Square Enix?
It could be any Square Enix world, where it can be Kingdom Hearts or any other Final Fantasy
Near.
game, or near.
Our character could be in it.
Oh. Kingdom Hearts for me, because I'm a Disney girly.
I'm gonna say for Aerith, the Dragon Quest series, because she loves the little slimes. She just thinks they're so whimsical. Yeah, that's Dragon Quest, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, that one.
Man, if Yuffie could be in like one of the Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts, I think she'd have so much fun, like Toy Story or something. Oh yeah, a lot of motion sickness. That's true.
You need to take Dramamine.
Okay, maybe. Thank you. Oh, that'd be so
Good
fun.
questions.
That's fun.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Hi, over here.
Hi. So going into the Final Fantasy VII remake, it had gotten like new English voice actors from ones that came before. So was there any pressure to like fill in those shoes, or like was there like any reference work to the previous voice actors? Have you maybe even met some of them?
So when we got the audition, they pretty much told us, like, these characters have had previous voice acting iterations. Not in the original Final Fantasy VII, which had no voice acting, but in things like Advent Children and Crisis Core. And so, at least for me, I made sure to listen back to all her previous voice actresses in English and try to honor their performances while also bringing something new. But also, we have the Japanese references, and Maya Sakamoto is Aerith's voice actress. She's legendary for good reason, and so I also have to listen to her voice when I'm trying to craft an Aerith voice, and that's just for the audition. Then when we work, we listen to the Japanese voice actors every single line before we give our version of it. So yeah, I mean, the other voice actors for these characters definitely inform what we do, and yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
A lot of big shoes to fill. Bo Billingsley was the original in Advent Children. They didn't give him enough lines in the doggone show, in my opinion. I love Bo, and he's like a mentor. But we were supposed to do I did a play, and Bo couldn't do it, so I got to meet Bo and study Bo so that I can get the play, the character that was written for him in the play, so I can get it done right. And he came to one of the shows, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I did you justice. He said, good job, young man. So when you get to meet your heroes, and they turn out to be that unbelievably excellent, then you know it's a beautiful thing. So that was it for me. And also the reference that we have to listen to as well. You can get something from everything as an actor.
I think what everyone else has said, but also I had never done like a IP like this where the character had been voiced, so there was a ton of pressure, especially because so many people had grown up playing the game, and everyone has a different idea of like how they want them to sound. So I think initially I was pretty intimidated, but it was such a great lesson for me that like you hear this as an actor and as a human, like you just have to embrace who you are. You can't like do impressions, like really you're hired to bring what you have to a character, and this was like a really, really great time. I think, understood that, because yes, you take all this inspiration, but at the end of the day, I'm like, what's my interpretation too of this? So all these colors, but guided by yourself. But an interesting, definitely, experience as an actor.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I didn't feel as much pressure only because I think Yuffie wasn't as fully established as her own character until the remake series. Like, she didn't really fully form on her own. Like, she had her cornerstones of her personality being very perky and very goofy, but there wasn't too much beyond that. So I was very blessed to be able to bring a lot more sides and humanity to her, which was written beautifully in the remakes. So it was, for me, less about drawing inspiration and for me creating that from what I envisioned her character to be. And, you know, over time, I felt so blessed to be able to meet her Japanese actress as well, and we became good friends. I even met up with her for like dinner and in Japan, and so it's just lovely to see how we respect each other's work, and we're very similar to each other as well in how we approach the character.
And speaking of honoring previous voice actors of the series, George Newbern is actually here, who's the Advent Children voice of Sephiroth. He's in the other signing area. Yeah, I think he's in signing area 1, so make sure to stop by his table and thank him for his work as well.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Hi, over here.
Hi, good morning. My question is specifically for Briana, but anyone can chime in. Briana, I think, without getting into spoilers, of course.
I would never.
Yeah. But in the original game, we know what happens to Aerith. But in these games, it's maybe a little bit different, maybe not. Where do you see your character going into the 3rd installment, or what would you like to see your character, maybe a bigger role, or what do you envision for Aerith in part 3?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get in trouble if I answer that. I'm not allowed to say anything about part 3 because even if I was to simply speculate, people would think that she has insider knowledge, which I don't. So I would say as an actor, I like work. And I would love to work a lot, no matter what version that takes. As far as my hopes and dreams, like I just like work, and I love Aerith, and I would love to continue voicing Aerith until the end of time, of course. But as far as what's going to happen in part 3, as Square Enix likes to say, please be excited.
Thank you for your question. Hi, over here.
Hi, my name's Clarence. My question is, individually, how would each of your characters view Avalanche, like, as a whole?
How would they view Avalanche?
Yeah, like, their thoughts on it and, like, their position. Of course, not everyone is part of Avalanche. I know Yuffie's not, so just curious.
Yuffie's not.
Well, you have 2 members of Avalanche.
Yeah, there you go.
They're in Avalanche. How do they view Avalanche?
What do you think, soldier? We just want to get rid of Shinra.
That's a good point, actually, because Aerith never directly comments on Avalanche in the game.
I mean, she sees them
But
just
she's on
as
our
people.
team for a reason.
It's right. Yeah, that's interesting.
So we're just trying to eliminate, I guess, what we look at as evil for people. You know what I mean? And Barret just has his own way of doing it sometimes. Barret, I mean, that's not John. I wouldn't be like, you know what? Let's go blow some up. I'm not going to do that.
Hey, Tifa, you get your boy. I think he's a soldier, right? You go get your boy, and we're going to get together.
Is this what John's voice sounds like in your head?
In my head, yeah. That's like John talks. That's like John talks.
Who is that?
Actually, John talks like this. He's got Cat Williams going in his head.
No way.
Or Dave Chappelle.
I feel like Tifa's a nice balance to Barret and Avalanche, who's like sometimes just grounding him, saying, all right, let's take a breath before we just blow shit up,
Which is what they actually do when we do conventions. Like, shut up, John, just shut up.
No, I don't.
No, they don't say shut up, they just go. And I know.
It's like, All right, John, let's go.
A necessary evil, though. You know, I think it's like a little conflicting. The vigilante, like, yes, it's for a good cause, but also, you know, at what cost? I think Tifa has a maybe higher moral compass. But it's fun to play.
Good question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Over here.
Hello, my name is Reggie. Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you.
My question is, what's your favorite Final Fantasy game, but you can't pick 7?
10.
That ain't fair. How come we can't pick? How come we can't pick our own game?
That's it.
love 7.
That's it.
Okay, all right, okay.
16. I had to phone a friend, clearly.
It's like,
Queen's Blood, how's that? Since I can't pick none, yeah, I really like 14. I got a lot of friends with 14. 14 is a bomb, and it's ongoing, you know, it's like, it's just something about 14 is just like, you know, although I love
Have you
Hetty.
played it?
And Hetty, yeah, a little bit. I haven't been able to play a lot.
And you haven't
No,
teamed
I don't
up
know.
with
You
me?
know I don't know
You
how to
haven't
do that.
partied up with
I don't
me?
know how to do that thing. I'm an individual kind of guy. I just jump in and jump out. You know, I don't know how to do the team up
I'm
thing.
wounded.
You had to get me on your podcast to play the OG.
It's called a stream.
Yeah.
First of all.
See? My point exactly. When I had to
Second of
figure out
all.
Instagram, guess who did it? This
Yeah,
one
it's
right
true.
here.
It's true.
And that one over there. They're like, yo, Dad, yo, John, this is how you respond to people on Instagram. So if there's anyone in the audience who I haven't responded to, I apologize. I still don't know how to do it. I don't. Man, it's bad. I'm bad. I apologize. But I get to see you, so it's even better.
All right, so everyone can look forward to John playing Final Fantasy XIV with me.
On your
my
podcast.
stream, on my podcast.
You better invite me.
Yeah, I've been subbed to Final Fantasy XIV for probably since 2016. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I talk about it all the time. Yeah, 2,000, sorry. Don't
Sorry,
get that wrong.
2,000
Yeah,
hours.
yeah, 2,000 hours. Too many hours in this game. Not as much lately, but yeah, 14's my favorite for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for your question.
Good question.
Hi, over here.
Hello, I'm asking this question on behalf of my friend. He wants to know, with the holidays coming up, what your go-to Christmas movie is.
What our approach to what?
Christmas movie.
Christmas movies.
Oh, like do we like them?
What your go-to one is.
Oh, what my go-to one is. Oh.
Okay, Home Alone, Santa Claus. This is controversial. The Grinch with Jim Carrey and Vacation. Those are mine. But also the Holdovers. So you know what? I have a big rotation, which is a new added. Yeah, but I'm from Connecticut. You know, it felt very. I'll keep going. Elf.
I got a controversial one. Die Hard. And then we like, what's the one we watched, Quincy, with the doggone Jim Carrey with the Christmas Carol, which can scare the hell out of you if you're too young.
Christmas Carol?
But we like that one. The Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey?
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I don't like the Polar Express. That scares me to this day.
Thanks, yeah.
I like him, but the little kids and the
Some
teeth,
issues
they
with
scare me, man.
Yeah. All right.
Klaus,
well,
too.
If you're gonna go unconventional, I'm also gonna go unconventional. I don't know what it is, but I love during Christmas time just cozying up and marathoning Lord of the Rings. Something about that movie just feels like the holidays to me. Those movies, yeah. Not The Hobbit.
Not, yes, specifically
Just to
not.
clarify here.
Christmas movies? I don't really watch movies during Christmas. I think last Christmas I spent all day, every day, playing Stardew Valley instead. I'm more of a gamer during Christmas than a watcher.
That's good.
Awesome. A question over here.
Hey guys.
Is that
nice to
Eric?
see you again. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. I have a performance question for all four of you. Obviously, you are currently playing these characters in the games as we see them go on their journey. But you've also, whether it's in prequel games, whether it's in flashbacks, you've played them at earlier points. So how do you lock into a character at an earlier point in their journey when you kind of know where they're going?
Study. You do the research on the character. You study it and you don't play the end. You got to make sure you don't play the reveal. And you got to understand there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's your job as an actor to play the beginning and the middle and the end because that's what you want the audience to go on with you. Now, having said that, seeing how we get scripts that are out of order, you have to know what you're doing in order to play the beginning, the middle, and the end. So you research, okay, where is Midgar? Where is Corral? Where is, you know what I mean? So you study your character, which is what Breezy was talking about. You got to know, if you don't know the ground of the greats who laid the ground, then you got to, you know, not necessarily them, but the character, you know what I mean, and the storyline, then you're not going to take the audience on the ride with you. You know what I mean? Plus, like, I know Breezy can attest to it, and Suzie as well. Britt at times, we're working on her. We are like fanboys and fangirls of video games and of the genre of entertainment. I mean, you're talking about Glow. I'm sitting next to Glow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta know what is happening within your world of work. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's how you prep, you know. And that's a great question, especially because I know you're up and coming. And I can't wait till I go to a panel and see you up here.
Thank you for your question.
I can also touch on that. In Crisis Core, Aerith is somewhere around 16. She's in her late teens, versus in Remake, she's somewhere in her early 20s. So for Crisis Core, I think the classic trap is, a younger character has a higher pitch. We really tried to avoid that, and that's something I worked on with the director when we went in for the very first session. And as it turns out, the writing really helps it as well. So she's a lot just like more naive and questioning and less sure of herself. She doesn't tease as much. So just embracing kind of like a softer voice quality rather than, you know, lowering or hiring her pitch and making her sound like a little kid, you know. We really tried to avoid that classic pitfall.
So interesting because I feel like Tifa's the opposite.
Yeah.
Like
But
young
it
Tifa is like
so
more like
cute.
Yuffie.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
she's like bright and teasing and confident and outspoken. And like her adult version is like, whoa, she's been through some. She's seen some trauma. Yeah. She's carrying more weight. Yeah.
She became an adult.
Yeah.
That's why I love that water tower picture so much. It's so real. It's just a beautiful print that you have, and it's real.
Thank you.
Anyway,
I love voices, man. I love her voice. It's awesome.
Oh, okay.
I know, for real.
Thank you. Well, thank you for all of your voices and bringing these characters to life. My question actually is, do you have a favorite song or theme from the Rebirth soundtrack?
Oh. Rebirth specifically, not Remake?
Actually, Remake too, yeah.
Okay. Hip Hop to Chocobo. I can't help but dance. I'm not good at dancing. It's embarrassing for everyone to witness, but I just can't help it. It's so fun. Yeah.
Just like the picture, flowers in the church.
The Happy Turtle metal song.
Okay, but did you notice when you played it, it played so loud?
Yes.
Why was it so loud?
Because you needed to go hardcore to beat those goons.
Was that not Yuffie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, when I first played it. It was so cool, so awesome.
Also the orchestra tours, if anyone keep your eye out. It was pretty incredible. I saw the remake one and I was really blown away. So
Yeah.
I hope they do it for part
Do
3.
you have a favorite from the remake orchestra? It was a long time ago. It was like 6 years ago.
Tifa's theme, so nice.
Tifa's theme.
But I would say, make sure you play through the game before you go to the orchestra, because they
Yes.
play videos in the background
They
and
do.
they have
Oh, yeah. For spoilers.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my pro tip. That's my pro tip.
Yeah.
Play the game.
Yeah. Great question.
Thank you. Over here. Hi, friends.
Is that Kelly?
Hey, John. My question for you guys, is there a moment in your career that has stuck out with you in terms of like a moment with someone else that was either exciting or humbling? Maybe it was a fan, and John, you can't say me.
What was the last part?
You can't say me, John.
Yeah, so we have a lot of, I mean, we've been doing a lot of these cons since Rebirth came out, basically. I mean, I think most of us have been at least one a month. So we've met so many people in the Final Fantasy community that have humbled us. It's been so special to hear the stories of how much people love the game and how much the game connects them to each other. We've had people say, oh, I played this game with my dad, or it was my mom and I's special thing, my brother and I's special thing, but we've seen it all at this point. Like, I will always remember, I'm signing something for someone in front of me, and she's dressed in an Aerith cosplay, and she's sobbing, and for a second I'm like, oh my god, what happened? Like, and she's like racking, like, heaving sobs. I'm like, oh my god, there's something wrong. I couldn't see over my table that a Zack cosplayer had just kneeled to propose to her. Which was just the most amazing, incredible thing, that they felt like Final Fantasy brought them together so much that they wanted it to represent their marriage. Like, that's really special. So, yeah, I'll never forget that.
You go.
Don't go too deep,
Sorry.
John.
Okay,
Don't go too deep.
So I didn't realize that the game platform was gonna have us meet people, especially during COVID, who would come up and say, hey, you know, I was contemplating taking myself out of this world, and we played the game, and I'm good to go. I'm good. You know, your character, you guys as an ensemble brought me through a tough time. We had a group yesterday come up, two brothers, and they said, you helped us through a time that our dad wasn't around. And then yesterday we had like 6 or 7 kids come up, and we all cried. And they shared their hearts. And so whenever I get to meet y'all like that, it blows me out of the water. And it's not just humbling, like Breezy said, it's not just humbling, but it's like an honor that you would know that it's a safe space to come and talk to us and share those things with us, because, you know, I always look at it as a God moment, and say we shared a moment together. And you know, mental health is a big thing to me. When you guys share that and let me know, hey, I made it through, because I always encourage everybody to say, hey, if you made it through, then you need to help the next person pay it forward, because, you know, a lot of us need it. So those are the moments that just, I'll never forget them, ever, ever.
I think these conventions are just such a gift, especially post-COVID, to get to actually meet everyone face-to-face and hear their stories, because I knew the weight of Final Fantasy, but I don't think I really understood the weight until you are hearing everyone's personal stories face-to-face, and what the game means to them, and what these characters mean to them, and how they were introduced to the game. And sometimes in the moment, I feel like it really hits me after a convention, where you take this in, and then it sits somewhere inside me, and then when I'm alone in the car, or getting ready for bed, and it's just I'm my normal self, it's wow, it's truly an honor of a lifetime to get to voice this character and be a part of this kind of story that has meant so much to so many people, and to hear everyone's different path has been so amazing. And I don't think I didn't really fully understand until getting to meet all of you. So truly the greatest joy of my life, besides my dog.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII has been around since '97.
It's crazy.
So literally over, yeah, like about 20 years or so.
Almost.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't even count in terms of years right now, but that just goes to show.
30 years.
Oh my.
And that's the Michigan difference.
Anyway, all that to say, that means it spans across literally generations. And we see so many families come up to us because it's, you know, you guys who've grown up since the original, who passed that on to like your kids or like spread that with your family or shared that with your partner. And so it built such a community, generational community that's so special and unique to specifically this. And so, you know, you've grown up with this for so long, and we're so lucky to be able to share that experience with you. And that's why it's so emotional, because life, you go throughout life and you go through so many things, you know? You go through so much, like, struggles and, like, happiness and so many, like, difficult periods in your life. And the fact that this game has brought you hope or joy or something to look forward to is truly just such a blessing and privilege to be part of.
Incredible, honestly, yeah.
Thank all of you. Thank you.
Yes, y'all need to give yourselves a hand.
Truly.
Also, shout out to the fans that started with Remake and now have like gone back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also the newcomers. Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
And we are just at that time for one last question.
God.
But for all the people who are dying to ask you questions, where can they find you today?
They can
Hall
find us
2.
at Hall 2 specifically.
Yes.
We are hidden.
I think it's Hall A, signing area 2, right?
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
What
signing
she
area
said.
2. Look for that.
What Briana said.
And our final question over here.
Nice to meet all of you. I have been a big fan of the game since the Final Fantasy that came out for the PS1. And when I played the remake, it was good to see you all give voices to the characters I knew as a kid.
Thank you.
So, as a longtime fan and first-time caller, it would be a big honor to access for all four of you. And since I'm a nerd, this is kind of iconic. Out of all of your opinions, which do you think is the better ship between Cloud? Cloud X Tifa or Cloud X
That's the
Aerith?
question we're ending with?
For all four of you, in your opinion.
You are bold.
I'm a sucker for romance, I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Friendship is such a great answer.
Friendship is the best ship.
Great answer.
I think Cloud and Barret.
Nice. Romance.
Romance. Can't beat it.
What do you think? Yes, that's correct.
We agree. And thank you all for coming to the Final Fantasy